So I got this really nice piece of meat. It's round top, sirloin or something. Anyways, I cut it in long strips. Now I'm just going to cut it in small little cubes. For green chili, I like small cubes. I have hot oil in the pan. You can use oil, you can use Crisco, you can use manteca, which is, you know, good old-fashioned Morel snow cap. But I do a little trick to this, and I put in, if I can get it open here, I put a little olive oil in it, because olive oil doesn't seem to dissolve like regular oil, so I still have a mixture of the two oils, and it doesn't get absorbed so much by the meat. It still keeps the oil there, so that when I put a little flour in, I'm making a paste, which I'll show you how to do that. So you place the meat, and it's hot, but it's not where it's gonna sizzle and burn your hand as you're placing it in there. And you just start moving it around, getting it all brown. In the meantime, you can put diced fresh garlic, you know, maybe 1 or 2 cloves, and then you can put like 1/4 of a white onion. Or you can go ahead and put the seasonings, which, you know, onion powder, garlic powder. You can buy these at the dollar store for $1, and it works the same. It's just if you want to go a little bit more organic, or if you don't mind the spices. And of course, I like to put, there's that sea salt, but there's regular salt. I like cooking with more like a sea salt. Okay, so I'm just letting it brown. I wanted to show you, keep it on a high fire. This is a gas stove. I put in the pepper, the salt, the garlic powder, onion powder. And then here's a little bit of a secret that I do. So thyme, cilantro, and parsley. And then there's something called epazote, which is a leafy green plant. These ingredients, when I'm making green chili sauce in a blender, I use all this fresh, plus the epazote, in a blender with onion and fresh garlic, and I blend it up, tastes good, and then I would pour it in my meat. But because I don't have that, and I'm just using green chili, so I decided I'm going to use all these, and then you can throw in a little of these. It just adds a little flavor. The other one thing that is, I call the old school ingredient, is cumin, and you just shake a little bit. I mean, it's not even a lot. It's just enough to give it a nice flavor, maybe a teaspoon if you had to. So I lowered the fire just to kind of have control, and I just made a center right in there. And you can see that what I was talking about earlier about the oils, and it not being so absorbed, because part of that is actually the olive oil that I use. And then I got the chilies, these long little green chilies. I lined them up, and I just cut them up. Now, I kind of stopped here because this is where all the seeds are at, and I don't care for my food to be so seedy. But you can also, you know, take the seeds out. You can drain them, prep them. There's so many ways that to not waste. So what I did is I add the green chili, and you can see that it's just enough. And at this point, this green chili is totally ready to make a burrito out of if that's what you want. But if you want something that's a little saucy, more of a paste, then I'm going to show you how to move forward to that. But this is actually delicious, and it's ready for a burrito style. Alright, so I got me a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there. I'm going to brown it in the center. You see how I keep that center open. And the reason why I put, going back to the chili, the reason why I put it is because I wanted the chili to cook a little bit. I wanted it to have just kind of like that meat flavor to it. Just so that all the flavors mesh together. And that the chili, you know, gets cooked with the oils from the meat. Now, excuse me, you're going to see that things are getting a little gunky, sticky, or whatever, but that's okay. That's what you want. And then brown it just a bit. Now, I have water that's ready, and you just go ahead. This is like 2 cups of water right in here. And the fire is still on low. It's kind of like, well, I hyped it up a little higher. But as soon as I get this into where the cooked flour is is creating, you know, it's becoming loose and it's starting to create a paste. It might be a little watered down. That's okay, never worry, because you can always boil it down to the extent of it becoming a paste. I think I put just enough water here, so this is good. Now, this is the decision that you get to make. If you're busy with the day and you can go ahead, put this in a crock pot on low, and then if you come back in a couple of hours, the meat's gonna be really soft. It's not gonna be, you know, a little, how do you want to say, harder, you know, like carne asada meat is usually, but it will be very tender when you come back after 2-3 hours. I mean, it's safe. Now, the other thing is that you can leave this on the stove and just cook it for like another 30 minutes or whatever, and it's fine, it's ready. I mean, the meat is cooked. It just depends on the tenderness that you want from your meat. So I would just go ahead and put a lid on this and just set it to a low flame. In this case, it would be like medium low if you had an electric stove, and just cover it, and you're gonna see that probably in like 30 minutes it'll be ready to eat, because you can't resist the smell of the good cooking. But if not, put it in a crock pot, it's fine. You know, if you have a timer crock pot or something, depending, then like 2 hours the most, or if you have one of the new ones, those little time pressure cooker ones, like even 15-20 minutes of that is still good. So really, this is all ready to eat. I just say cook it a little bit because of the flour, because you don't want to get a stomach ache. That's the main purpose of cooking it at least 30 minutes. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my segment on cooking green chili, the fastest, easiest way. Love you. Okay, so I got my crock pot on. I have it on low because I just don't mind it just sitting on the counter and cooking for the next couple of hours. It's fine for me. I'll be home today. But I also put a little water. I don't think you can see it. I just put a little water in it because, you know, while it's cooking, you don't want this hot dish crock pot to be steaming and burning up your pan. At least the water will give you a little time. And I just say heat it up for about maybe the next 10-15 minutes when you know you're going to be ready to start browning your flour and adding your green chili. That's when you can. I just go ahead, get the pan, pour it in, and make sure that the liquid amount looks good. It does. It's perfect. And you just cover it, put the lid on it. Here's my lid. I lost my little topper, but I'm ready to buy me one of those new crock pots.